So I would like to dig in on this. The women here who are upset. Annie Carney, a friend of the show, over at the New York Times, wrote a story about why the women are upset, Chuck. And she writes this, quote, Ms. Stefanik is not alone among Republican women in feeling aggrieved by Mr. Johnson. Some of them said privately that the speaker had failed to listen to them or engage in direct conversations on major political and policy issues, suggesting that doing so is a cultural challenge for Mr. Johnson, an evangelical Christian who has often voiced firm views about the distinct roles that men and women should play in society. And then there were these comments that the speaker made in the podcast that he did with Katie Miller, the wife of Stephen Miller, where he said that women, well, men can compartmentalize and women can't. Watch.
You know, men and women are different in this way, is that men can compartmentalize things better,
men's brains are like waffles.
Yes.
They have little compartments. In fact, our brains are like spaghetti because it's the meatballs, the pasta, the sauce, the oregano. And we're thinking.
I can't imagine why women members of the Republican conference are concerned.
I want to go back to what Kevin Kiley said, because I had an interview with Mike Turner about a week ago. I said, and I'm like, we were talking about the Venezuela situation. He goes, did you see what happened to us when we finally came back? They almost had it was like a reverse COVID effect. He said, Johnson, by keeping them away for 40 plus days, they came back. Everybody was loaded for bear. He goes, did you see what we did? He goes, it was Democrats on Democrats, right? You had Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez ticked off at the Chuy Garcia thing. Then they had a censure vote on that. Then there was a censure vote on Corey Mills. Johnson's management of the House is unpopular with everybody, with Republican women, Democratic women, Republican men, Democrat. This is a guy that's in deep trouble. I'm not weighing in on the gender wars here on that one.
That was noticed.
Yeah, because there's no winning there. But I want to go back to also Elise Stefanik, who she has every right to have basically no patience for Mike Johnson. She has taken how many for the team with the UN ambassadorship? He sort of said he was going to put her in leadership.
He did.
And never treated her like she would very well in leadership.
He has an office, a title.
But that relationship fell apart.
No. He is, between he and Trump, the rug has been pulled out from under Elise Stefanik, left and right and center. So I understand her anger, I think, has to do with a lot of those things as well.
Sabrina, how would you characterize as the other woman at the table, the conversation that the speaker and his wife engaged in?
If I'm a Democrat running in the midterms, I would take that clip. I would take what Trump said about affordability at that 3-hour cabinet meeting, and I would just splice it on through, because I think it really shows how they treat women. I mean, if you're a woman running, why not amplify that? But I also think, Mike Johnson does not have control of his conference, and there's a really big leadership void that's very clear on the Republican side. And the fact that they were out of session for so many, days, weeks, nothing got accomplished. And don't come to me now and say Dems in disarray, because I think we can just retire that phrase. I think Mike Johnson has taken up a new mantle.
That is a
of
whole
chaos.
other question, and that phrase is never being retired. I'm so sorry, but Brad, there's a non-zero chance that Mike Johnson loses this majority before November 2026.
There's always a non-zero chance that any Republican speaper might not be around tomorrow.
That's something we've learned.
To say that it's Republicans are like herding cats is an insult to cats. But let's go back. Virginia Fox, the chairman of the Ed and Workforce Committee, says that this critique of Mike Johnson is as brainless as it is ignorant. She is, in fact, the person who might have the most right idea about this. Lisa McClain, who you mentioned earlier, says that Mike Johnson takes her input and respects her as a colleague every day. So,
we were talking about her off air, I believe. She's the one that Mike Johnson said would cook the best Thanksgiving dinner in that podcast.
Nancy Mace is complaining at all times about all speakers. Okay, that's going to happen. It's part of her personality. Some of it's good, some of it's not good. A 3-seat majority is really hard to run.
Well, what about Elise Stefanik?
So I kind of disagree with everybody.
Go get him.
I'll defend Mike Johnson to a certain extent here, but for different reasons. You brought up how Trump is really screwed over Elise Stefanik, and he has, right?
Yeah.
Elise Stefanik cannot go around campaigning against Donald Trump. But she's got a campaign against Washington and the establishment, which is run entirely by Republicans. And Trump, screwed her over again by embracing Mandami,
Oh, my God,
who was
right.
the centerpiece of her entire campaign. And so they're trying to do like this. Like there's something about negative partisans in the Republican side. Remember the grief they used to give Mitch McConnell? They love running against the Republican establishment. You cannot run against the Republican establishment when Trump runs it, so he's becoming the scapegoat for him.
Well, it's like what's happening with Democrats and Schumer.
Yeah.
Right. You've got to run against you. You got to show you're not part of the team, so you pick somebody. I take your point. The problem for Johnson is, don't forget, he is a spy now, a speaker in name only. It is Donald Trump's the speaker.
Yeah, well, and Trump has basically said as much. All right, we have to leave it there. Ahead here in the arena, why RFK Jr.'s new slate of CDC advisors delayed a vote on a potentially enormous change to the childhood vaccine schedule.
New Year's Eve Live with Anderson and Andy starts at 8 on CNN and watch on the CNN app.
If you're looking for a Medicare supplement insurance plan that's smart now,
I'm 65.
And really smart later,
I'm 70-ish.
Consider an AARP Medicare supplement insurance plan from United Healthcare. With this type of plan, you'll know upfront about how much your care costs, which makes planning your financial future easier. So call United Healthcare today to learn more about the only plans of their kind with the AARP name. And set yourself and your future self up with an AARP Medicare supplement plan from United Healthcare.
Hank used to suffer from what felt like a cold and flu hangover in the morning. Now he uses Mucinex Nighttime to sleep like he's not sick. It relieves your symptoms to help you get to sleep and won't ruin your morning. So you're ready to go. Mucinex Nighttime Symptom Relief. Sleep like you're not sick.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Now you can.